Hello. It's time for another episode of the Elevator Talk Show. Today's subject is how can we get the attention from valuable contacts and top personalities? And I'm Åsa Rydhard. I'm an executive trainer and a global speaker, pitch expert and story designer. And I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to elevate experts into leaders on the global business stage. And this show is a platform for people who are or want to be elevators to share insights and inspiration that will elevate us all. That's the goal. So I've had some amazing elevators with me already in the show, and today I am especially happy to have with me Oliver Shom, that you will soon meet. Oliver is a global speaker, a corporate trainer, an author, a coach. He's from Cameroon, and in Cameroon, he is the elect president for Cameroon National Speakers Association. So we are both members of this association, Virtual Speakers Association International. So, Oliver, welcome. Let's see how I can. Oh, sorry. Here he comes. I'm also the studio techniker, Oliver. Sorry for that. So, hi. Happy to have you here with me in the
Great.
studio. So, we are both
Right.
members of
Great.
Virtual Speaker Association International, where we got to know each other. And I went to one of your webinars. I thought it was an excellent webinar, Oliver. Thank you for that. And we are having this talk show very late at night because the internet connections are not very stable, neither in Spain, where I am, or in Cameroon, where you are, Oliver.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. So,
Yeah.
what would you say? I call you an elevator. What do you say about that?
Yeah. I believe I am all elevators as a
Yeah, and there are many different reasons for that, but one is that you have started the International Speakers Association of Cameroon, isn't that so?
absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, and you are on a mission to foster leaders in around yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so happy to hear that. So there is one interesting thing I noticed about you, because you have a long list of acclimates, experiences, trainings, educations with you in your backpack that makes you into such an excellent coach and trainer as you are. And I noticed that you are a certified peace instructor. Is that so?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're also a firewalk instructor.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I sense there is a connection in between, but can't you tell us a little bit about how is the connection between being a peace instructor and a firewalk instructor?
Beautiful. It's amazing that every single year, people's dreams are dying. Dreams are, and so being a firework instructor means that people's life, I shape with their lives, I challenge them by doing some exercises that scares them, by doing things that they or believed when they were growing up that they could do them. And one of such things is actually on fire. And so when you work on fire, you destroy, you break some barriers that you believed that you could never break them. And when that happens, you have a peace of mind. When you have a peace of mind, you can be able to go any goal that you ever desired, you can achieve in your lifetime. And when you have a peace of mind, that is when the aspect of peace is coming in. So when you do firework, you have a peace of mind, and then that's a blend, firework and a peace.
I hear what you're saying, but for me, I feel like it would be very hard to find a peace of mind when thinking of going on fire.
Absolutely, it's a very tough decision. As the first time I worked on fire was in South Africa, and truly it was a tough peace of mind decision to take, and it was worth taking it. Though it was worth taking it, and I want to assure you that the moment I took that decision, I had a wonderful peace of mind after I walked on fire, because I felt like I can do anything. I can do anything, and of course, truly, I can do anything, and that gives me a lot of peace, in my mind. That gives me peace of mind.
Yes. And I believe
Yeah,
I can imagine that a peace of mind or like an inner stability is something that every leader also benefits from.
absolutely,
Mm.
absolutely.
Because when you can lead oneself to do things, you can also lead others, right?
Yeah, you cannot lead others if you cannot lead yourself. So leadership begins with self before we go to leading others. So, and that is where we talk about peace of mind, and that can only happen to destroy your limiting beliefs. Your limiting beliefs. Once you destroy the limiting beliefs, you can best lead yourself well. You now start to lead others. So
Yes.
it's the bottom top approach. It is the bottom top approach. You finish with yourself first, then you can effectively.
That's so true. And I think that is especially important when we talk about business leaders and experts, like we both work with business leaders and experts, right? Because in my experience, they often think that they don't want to be leader, because somewhere they think leadership is about forcing people to do things, right? But the true leadership is when other people see that you are moving forward, that you are going somewhere, and they choose to follow you. Yeah, and that demands handling your inner beliefs, handling your inner peace, and just taking that step, being one or two steps before others, and they will choose to follow you. And that's the best way of leadership, I would say, is a natural leadership that comes
Yeah,
for any leader who choose to grow from inside out, right? So I heard you giving a tip on YouTube about public speaking for leaders.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely,
and you were pointing out how important it is for leaders to learn how to speak in public.
absolutely.
And yes, and that is of course part of what we are going to talk about today, but mainly we are going to talk about how to catch attention from top
Yes.
personalities, valuable contacts. And I think this is like a natural movement from we were talking about, because many times it helps us personalities. But I'm curious to hear, what do you think is the
Asa, can you hear me?
yeah? Now I can hear you. So I was thinking we could discuss the problems. Why is it so hard for many people to catch the attention of these top personalities?
Beautiful. In the University of California in Los Angeles, a research was carried out and found out that any presentation you are giving is always make up 7% of the message. 7%, your words, the
Hmm.
words you are using to communicate is made up of only 7%. Your voice is made up of 37%.
Hmm.
And your body language, or what we call non-verbal communication, is 57% as a.
Hmm.
And Michael Grinder, with over 40 years experience teaching people non-verbal communication, went ahead to argue that non-verbal communication is so important. Many people don't see how truly important it is.
Hmm.
And that is why it is very important for us to understand that top people, top leaders, important personalities, they do not always have time to be listening to you when you're talking with your mouth. They love when you talk from your heart. And for you to talk with your heart, Asa, you must have of what you are talking about. And that
Yep.
comes when you have a master of what you're talking about. It comes so full that they could actually see the passion, the emotions you talk with from your non-verbal communication, which makes up of 57% of everything you say to these people. So it is when the first thing we have to do to be able to get the attention of important persons is when we talk from the heart and not from the mouth. Because many people talk from the mouth. Talking from the mouth means that you are saying things you read, you've said things you have not mastered. That's when you're talking with your mouth. But when you're talking from your heart, you've said things you mastered, you've understood what's saying, and you say it with confidence. That is what they love. And when they see that energy, when they see that passion, they will love to give you a listening ear.
I love that, Oliver, because this means, I must say, that the biggest problem, as I can see within experts or leaders who wants to do this, is that they are not really trusting their own passion, or they're not really, they lack the confidence, right?
Yeah.
So because maybe they think that, they haven't really thought it through, or they don't really trust that what they think is really, really important is important to other people.
Yeah. That is it.
Yeah, so
Good.
that is one limiting belief. I once had someone asking me, so can you teach me how to catch attention from stage? And I said, oh, yeah, I could, but I do think you already know how to do it. Oh no, I don't know what. But everyone can it. I said, you can project hundreds of meters away. I'm sure you can. And
Yeah.
how do you mean? How do you mean? Well, just imagine you're at the train station. There is crowded with people. On the
Yeah.
other side of the platform, hundreds of people is between you and someone else. And you say, hey, hey, over here, over here. You can do it. And you can do it from
Yeah.
stage, right? Because
Yeah.
you have it in your heart. You just need to know how to unpack it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that comes from confidence, and that comes from
Yeah.
focus, and that right. So
Yeah.
I feel that is very connected to what you are saying right now, to really believe
Absolutely.
in that you have something important to say to other people.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That is what
So
happens. Yeah.
yes, continue.
Yes. Thank you. And one thing that we need to understand about attention is that human beings by genetic inclination, they are very egocentric. Human beings
Hmm.
by genetic inclination, they're egocentric. What it means that is that they'll always like to ask the question, what is in it for me? What is in it for me?
Yep.
Okay. We coin this in professional speaking, we from what is in it for me. All right, we from
Hmm. Yep.
that's so powerful, very, very powerful. As
Hmm.
early this morning, something very interesting happened. One of the most celebrated in Portugal, Europe, uh, by Andrew Bryan. I don't know Andrew Bryan. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Great. He gave me a mentorship. I had a coaching session with him this morning,
Hmm.
and actually he's a very top speaker. And 1 hour of his time is $1,000. 1 hour
Oh.
mentorship session, 1,000. So could you imagine that I was able to have 1 hour of his time this morning, for which he gave me as his gift. He gave it as a gift to me, and we had a mind-blowing session this morning. So the question is, how did I got his attention that he was
Hmm.
able to sacrifice or to give me 1 hour, almost 1 hour time? Now this is what I did. No,
Hmm.
I reached out to Brian, Andrew, and I took time. I watched his YouTube videos. I watched his TED Talk in Asia. I
Hmm.
read his quotes. I read his articles. I
Hmm.
knew him. So now I got to him. I said, hey, Andrew, I love what they're doing. Our stories are the same. I listen to your YouTube videos. I listen to talks, a presentation, and you're doing amazing work. You know, and when I got to be a hangout, coffee, Zoom talk, and all that, and he said, yes, Oliver, let's do it. Guess what? When we started this discussion, I took a lot of time appreciating for what he's doing, shared my ideas of the videos he has recorded. I've watched them, and he was very excited. And before you spend a lot of time talking about the things he has done. Now, this is the point I am making here. As to get attention of important people, you must talk from them point of view. Talk about them.
Yeah.
Talk about
Yeah.
what they have done that excites you. Talk accomplishment,
Mhm.
their achievements, and then to listen to you about what about them, their works, and then they will give you attention. That's how you connect to the important people. You get, and they're able to share a lot of things. That will be so. Let us learn to know that what do we have, what do they have, and what do we have to say. Because if you don't talk about them, they might not give you a listening ear. But when you talk about them, they will love to listen to you. So it is very important that we understand that for us to get attention of important people, hang out with them, we need to talk about them. And for that to happen, we need to take time and do research. Do your research. Do your research about the important people. Because if you don't do your research, you can be asked in the course of discussion with them, or they might not give you their time, to say whatever you want to say. So talk about them, not about you. Yeah.
I think that's a very important point you have here, because doing your research is important wherever you go in life. And what I think I hear that you're saying is that the first thing you need to do is to actually connect to the person you want to talk to.
Yeah.
Make a connection, build a relation. And I think that's true for any person, not only top personalities.
Yeah.
We don't like it if we are, someone just come up to us and throws themselves over us. We don't know them. We don't know who they are. We don't know what they want us. Why would we even bother? Because we have no relation.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So maybe it helps to be a lover of humans.
Yeah. We need to be of human.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's
A
amazing.
lover of humans.
Yeah. We have to be lovers of humans.
Mm-hmm. And really want to be, show interest and be curious and love them. Everyone wants to have someone's attention. Everyone loves to be in the focus of someone's interest,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yay. I think that's an excellent research. I can just go to myself. I get, these emails in my inbox from people who just stole my address from LinkedIn, and they send sales email. They send the email saying, "Hey, we have the best service for you," and it's not even something that fits my company because I don't have that kind of, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure you also get them, right?
Absolutely. I do.
And yeah, and it's the same. It's the same. But what would you say to someone who would say, "But I'm not interesting enough to hang out with an important person"?
Okay. That is okay. That is just very okay, because we have the introvert, the extrovert, and remember under the extrovert we have what we call the sanguines and the cholerics personalities.
Mhm.
Under the introvert we have the melancholics and the phlegmatics. Generally, as introverts, they don't get bothered hanging out with people.
Mhm.
They are very timid. They're close people. They don't like to give up. They don't like to go out. They don't like to hang out. They always like to be indoors. That is okay. Introverts, phlegmatics,
Mhm.
and melancholics. That's how a little bit of they are. For instance,
Mhm.
today I had us here, and in the course of the meeting, my mentor in South Africa popped up. Charlotte came, and we had to have a Zoom meeting. All right, we had to have some discussions, tips and tricks before I get to this call with you, Asa. So I told my mentor here in Cameroon that I would love to introduce you to my mentor in South Africa, and he told me that, well, Oliver, I'm not really good at keeping relationships, and I prefer that you should not introduce me now because I
Mhm.
may not have so much time to communicate with the one in South Africa, and she might not take me serious. So you see, he does not want to hang out with my mentor in South Africa because he is an introvert. He's an
Yeah.
introvert. So it is very okay. It is very okay if there is someone out there who does not want to hang out with important people. And I want to assure you, sir, most of these people, they are like the personalities of melancholics or phlegmatics, and that is a little bit hard. So at times we need to push them out there, to hang out with these important people, because there are opportunities. When I asked Andrew this morning, why did he decide to why did he decide to give me this amazing almost 1 hour of his mentorship session, like almost there was pro bono for free, and he told me, Oliver, it's because you asked for it, and you did not only ask. When you came in, you proved to me that you've studied me, you've taken time to learn about what I do, and that got me excited, and I decided just to talk with you, to talk again and again with you. So personalities that someone is saying that, well, I'm not interested in hanging out with important personalities, it could be also because of ignorance. Ignorance. It could be because of ignorance. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that many, at least experts, might think that it's enough to be good at what you do. You do not need to socialize, network, get to know important people. But I would say that's wrong, because if you want to go some places, if you want to have a good job, if you want to make your career, you need to know how to make contacts and build relationships, right?
Very important.
It's very important, and I must say, when my first career, I was an IT specialist. I was very young at that
Okay.
point, and I was like that. I thought it was so unnecessary to be able, be good at connecting with people, to be good at, do the networking things and stuff. I was only interested in the computers at that point. Silly me.
Okay, that's
Who would
interesting.
imagine? Very interesting, right?
Yeah.
But at least I hated the game. I hated that game that I saw. Maybe because I saw through it, that so many people just did it as a game. Not, it was not authentic, right? And I like to be authentic when I do things. But then we have, so we know that it's important to be good at, or at least try, do our best to make the contacts and build relationships. But then, and even if we don't have the personality, it's important to do it.
Yeah.
But then we have the people who just think that they are not important enough to hang out with other top personalities, because they think I am nothing. They might be have the right personality to, they're entertaining, they have a lot of friends, but when it comes to, they see the stars, the important people, and they think I'm nothing. It's not for me. How can we come around, do you think?
Okay. Do you mean, how do we handle such people, or what advice can you give to such people? Can I get you again, please?
Yes, stop thinking they are not important enough.
Okay, that's great, beautiful. So that is a very pertinent issue in our society nowadays, and a lot of people, in fact, most of this part of the world, this part of the world, Africa, over 90% of the people over this part of the world, aren't living their dreams. They aren't living their dreams, and one of such reason is because of what we call the inferiority complex. Inferiority complex. Yeah. So inferiority complex has killed more dreams, more aspirations, more visions than any other dreaded disease you can think about it. So what do we do, people who are suffering from the inferiority complex, to step up their game, right? To believe in themselves that, hey, I can connect with X and Y important personality. And as that's exactly who I was some 10 years ago. Some 10 years ago. That was exactly who I was. Now, the first thing is that I was very shy, very timid. I never knew I could talk to 2 or more persons in a formal public speaking setup. I never believed I could do that. I was very, very shy. Now, onto this day, I came to school, and my discipline master got me well beaten, because I had to trek a long distance, arrive school, and I was late. I was like 5 minutes late. So they have locked the gate, and so they were beating students here in Africa who came late. I don't know what happens in Spain if they actually beat students, flog them with a cane.
No.
They don't do that.
Hmm.
Okay, but it's very
No.
common in Africa. So
Yep.
I was beaten in this hand with a cane,
Hmm.
and in the course of the punishment, my pinky finger got pricked, and blood was oozing out. Blood
Oh.
was oozing out. So when I went to class to study, I could not focus. There was no concentration. Why? Because there was a lot of pain from here
Hmm.
to here.
Hmm.
I tried to focus. There was no way. So I went back to the discipline master's office that got me beaten from this hand. And I told him, sir, I staggered to tell him that my hand is paining, and could you take me to the hospital so that I can receive some treatment? I bet you, Asver, I staggered, I struggled to vote, and I want to let you know that nothing really important came out of my mouth because I was shy, I was timid to talk to important
Hmm.
people like the discipline master, who were big people by then. And guess what? He asked me, "What can I do for you?" And I was not able to say in clear terms what he could do for me.
No.
But I was going through pain. Why? Because I had inferiority complex. And guess what happened? Asa, he got me again, well beaten up. He got me again,
No.
well beaten up.
Okay.
And when I left his office back to class, I vowed to myself that I will never, ever be shy. I will never,
No.
ever be shy. And now, when I left South Africa after my studies in South Africa to Cameroon, on our way to Cameroon, we had some delays at the Kigali International Airport. And so we had to spend the night in Kigali, in Rwanda, before we crossed to Cameroon. Something
Hmm.
happened. The hotel we were sent to lodge there by the international airport of Rwanda. When we got into the hotel, now I told the receptionist that I want to see the CEO of this hotel, and she was
Hmm.
probably wondering, why do I want to see the CEO? You know, and she told me that the CEO was in a meeting and he's going to be done in some few minutes. Then she will let me know that I can come and see the
Hmm.
CEO. So 5 minutes when I entered my hotel room, my telephone in the hotel room rang, and I picked up the call, and
Hmm.
this receptionist told me that, "Hi, Oliver, available to talk with you." Boom! I jumped out of my hotel room, came to the receptionist. I met the CEO of the Shiba Hotel, Mr. Claude. From South Africa, I was hungry. I wanted someone to share my experience with, and I wanted to be get a training hotel, training organization, training teams, because I just got certified from Dialogue Africa School and Coaching Empowerment Center in Johannesburg. So in 5 minutes, the CEO told me that, Oliver, I am very busy, but I will give
Hmm.
you at least 5 minutes to tell me what you want to tell me. And Asa, in just 3 minutes, 40 seconds, I
Yeah.
was able to tell the CEO of Shiba Hotel in Kigali why he needs me to come and train his team, all his
Hmm.
staff in Rwanda
Hmm.
every year. And in 3 minutes, 40 seconds, I was able to close a deal with this CEO that is taking me to Rwanda every year to train in his hotel.
Ah, that's fantastic, and
Did you get that?
yeah,
Yes.
it's
So
it's
what
a
amazes me is that people who are shy, because I went through pain, I make up my mind I will never be shy. And that
hmm.
gave me an opportunity to sell myself anywhere I go, to get opportunities to train people all around the world. And that is the power. So if you're shy, you will never get some opportunities that are out there for you. Because life will never give you what you want out of life. Life will
No.
never give you what you want out of life. Life will only give you what you don't want. So if you want to get what you want out of life, you have to go get it. And to go get it, you must not be shy. I love this scripture in the Bible that talks in Matthew. It says, since the days of John the Baptist, the kingdom of God has suffered violence, and violence must be taken by force.
Hmm.
So if you want to be successful, to get your goals achieved, you have to go get them. You don't have to wait for it to happen, but you go get them. And for you to go get them, you have to learn to talk to important people.
Yes, you do. If you want to get what and what I hear, sorry, you can correct me, but I also hear that yes, you have decided to not be shy anymore, uh, and you have a laser focus of what you want to achieve in life. But you also knew the difference you can make, and you
Yeah,
believed in that you can make a difference. And I think that's an excellent um, thing for everyone who is listening to this conversation right now.
great.
Never ever forget that you have some what it is that you can make, because you're an expert, you're a leader, you are on your way somewhere. You have things to give others, and they are just waiting for you to actually serve them with whatever competence and knowledge you have. So
Absolutely.
we have a comment here from Stephen. Hi, Stephen
Oh,
Wagner.
Dr.
Yay.
Stephen, one from Germany. Great.
Yes, he agrees
That's
that
a good friend of
non.
mine.
Yeah, he is also a part of the Virtual Speakers Association.
Absolutely. Great.
So content is basic, isn't it? Talking from your heart and with passion is important, he says.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah, and
Very important.
yes,
And Asa, we need to understand something here. You know, if you wait for the world to tell you who you are, you're making a mistake. You have to inform and remind the world that who you are before the world can believe in you. Yes, that's very important.
mhm.
So it is good for us to understand that if we just want to stay for people to come and tell us who we are, we will never discover, you know, the giant in us. We'll never discover the diamond in us. So we need to step out there and tell the world that this is my time to do what I came to do. This is my time to shine. And for that to happen, you must be able to strike intelligent conversations with the people that you believe that your destiny is connected to them. And for that to happen, you need to step up and strike these conversations. And you don't wait for them to come and strike the conversations for you.
That was excellent ending words, I must say, Oliver. I think
Yeah.
we are out of time. So thank you for this wonderful conclusion and these wonderful conversations. And thank you to our audience today and the comments we got from you. And with that, we say goodbye and good night.
Thank you so much.